like this. I like this. I like this. I like this. I like this.
That was just for Jamal Teray right there to make sure that anything he says, it doesn't apply to all black our black media network, because he's kind of out of control. How you doing, Bernard?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. How y'all doing? How you doing?
Hey, oh, look at Jamal. How you doing, Jamal Teray? Good to see you.
Yeah. I just came from Runtel that with our powerful show. Oh my God. Y'all got our sister on here. Bam, she in the house. So yeah. Whoop whoop.
Shout out to Tanya.
Hey.
How you doing, Miss Temakha?
The proper pronunciation is Temakha.
Oh, Temakha.
Oh,
thank you.
Oh,
thank you.
Thank you for having me. And to answer your question, I'm feeling really grateful. Sure. And I'm happy to be here.
I love it.
It's a pleasure to meet you all.
Pleasure to meet you.
Mr. Brown. Tell that first.
I was. We had a good time too.
I'm sorry you had to deal with him.
We had a lot of fun. That was a fun interview.
So, Issa, if you could help us kind of transition and tell us about what we got going on with the transition with Ms. Temakha.
We have a variety of issues that are happening with regards to one. We have political issues that are happening. We have sociological issues, social issues. We got cultural issues that are happening also. And so we are now. I guess I need to say this right here. I'm sure that all of you out there right now are praying for the health of Mitch McConnell, who had it might have been a stroke. Some of y'all might be praying for him right now, for him to get better. But I know some of y'all are not praying for him. Y'all are praying for something else for Mitch McConnell. I'm just putting it out there. So again, that's what's happening. So again, we in need of having some changes right now. And some people saying, remember in November. That's what's going on. And we have people who are now stepping up to leadership. And there's a variety of people not happening right now who's starting to come out saying they're going to run for office. So again, and then we have Charlie Brown, who would not even let me get a Snickers, even when I came to his business and had a coupon for Snickers also. Charlie Brown would not let me get a Snickers. We walked across town with the money. Charlie Brown's
in town. And to all rise, Mr. Brown is on you.
Hello, boys. How are you this afternoon? And wonderful lady, how are you, young lady?
I'm doing well. It's good to see you again.
It's good to see you as well. And I can tell the evening hadn't done anything to the beauty. It's still there intact. I want you to know that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. I appreciate that. Thank you for the compliment.
No, I was talking about how you pronounce your name to make sure I say it right.
You did the right thing.
Temakha. Tea, like you drink tea. Ma, because
Right.
I got a mama, and Ka. Temakha.
Would you get upset if I just say T for now? Because
No,
I
would
have
not be
problems.
upset at all. I would not
Because I have what you call dyslexia when it comes to certain words.
Okay, tea is fine.
Hey, Bernard, it's good to
You
see
talk
you.
about me.
You
I
too.
thought
How you doing?
about me.
Wait a minute, Jamal. I'm talking. Bernard, it's good to see you.
Yeah, it's good to see you too, Mr. Brown. Good to see you.
Man in black. The man, you
Yeah.
got a button loose. There's a button loosened right on your neck. Right there. There's a button loosened. You want that loosened right there?
I want that loosened. Okay,
excuse me, then I'm gonna skip to my friend Mr. Bryant. You've been out campaigning.
Oh man, we were out there today, man. We got some young people involved. 2 young brothers. I'm gonna show y'all in a minute, but I'll just tell you, I'm just thankful.
I didn't ask you to give me a whole history. I just asked you been campaigning.
Yes.
No. That's what you should have
Today.
done.
That part of the crew today, boy.
Yeah. Congratulations. And Jamal, how you been doing? You always look wonderful. You know, your eyebrows and your eyelashes. I'm so impressed the way you look. I told Ms. Brown, I want to look like you when I come home. Man, you handsome. Things are good?
Yes. Guess what? Today is an international holiday. Today is an international holiday. It's an international holiday, July 26th. This is Liberia's Independence Day. So people around the country, Liberia is born on July 26, 1847. And guess who else was born at 6:45 on July 26th? Jamal Touré.
Wow, happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Lord.
He's a birthday boy.
That's right. And Liberia and me and Liberia together, woo. But
you got it going on. And
you spoiled the fun. We was gonna give you a surprise birthday party, but you spoiled.
Oh, I don't have to do it now.
Oh, okay.
And my counterpart, my tight man, my man who called me son in the morning and son in the evening. And I said, the sun is going down. He said, well, you still son. Okay, son. I said, okay. So it's good to see y'all guys tonight. And I think we got an interesting show. All the viewing audience, please have your friends to share, or your loved ones, share. Because remember, there are 2 reasons why people fail. Lack of information and lack of knowledge. And we're going to give you that on this show. Is that right, T?
I think so.
Oh, not think so. You know so. You are a very, very pretty young lady. If I was single, you know where I'd be at right now? In California, hanging out. I just want to let you know.
You'll be asleep. You'll be asleep.
Bernard, that was mean of you, okay?
What you saying, Jamal? Jamal, you were saying something.
Yeah, I was saying that on today, the tax commissioner's office had a training done today, and it was for all the staff. They had a tax commissioner. They were training them, and so one of the things that one of the people shared with me was that our tax commissioner, Sonia Jackson, her concern is really about customer service, making sure that she's trying to look out for people. So I'm just going to say she's going to be running for office again, and I want people to take that into consideration because she's saying that she want to make sure that her staff, everyone there at the tax commissioner's office, is serving the people. So I wanted to throw that out there and give a shout out with regards to that. When Mr. Brown asked me that question, I'm saying, yeah, that is something because it's
no, that's good.
How we have elected have staffers in the city government who don't look out for us, and they're impacting us economically right now.
Correct. You know what's interesting, and then we can, and I'll let others talk. And I'm gonna piggyback on what you simply say. Julius Hall and myself, we helped spearhead her campaign, and one of the things she said she was gonna bring the customer service, and she did. She put the kiosks in Kroger. She have been very convenient. I don't know who might decide to run against her, but clearly she is doing the job. And like you say, some of the others around the county, the city, they should look at what she doing. Lead by example. She is doing a great job, and she's one of the best tax commissioners we ever had, period. And I'm not saying it because of her color and she's black. She's the best qualified person, period, without color, who ever sit in that seat. She just happened to be a black lady to make it really sweet. Thank you for letting me share that. And that's a PSA. Thank you. A public service
and I agree with you. I think one of the things I'm seeing that I enjoy is that she's going around and educating people, especially seniors, on ways to save money through exemptions. And in fact, I learned actually I can save my mother some money by if you're disabled, regardless of whether your age, if you're disabled and you can't go to work. I didn't know that you get a full exemption. So she's really doing a good job of making sure that people have the information.
Yeah.
Okay. Temakha, you are early today. I thought we had we usually go over general discussion, and during general discussion we act a fool and then we bring on our guests if we have any. But you came early, so I guess you was excited. I don't know. You got five handsome men here.
3, well, 2, 1. Me.
Oh dear. Oh dear. I received 2 messages. One said 7 p.m. and one said 7:30. So I didn't want to
late.
The latter and not make it. So my mother and father raised me to know the early bird gets the worm. So I did my best. I'm like, let me pick the earlier time in case I don't want to miss the window. So.
Okay. Well, we're going to go through the general discussion real quick. Y'all don't be long-winded on general discussion. And then we'll get to you. We'll show a few videos of you. And, what I didn't get was a full-length song, original song from your new album. And so we didn't get that, but we'll play that in a couple of weeks when you send it to us. But we're also going to be promoting you tonight to make sure that everybody know you're right here in Savannah. You're about to be the next big star, our Mary J. Blige, our Mary Davis, our India Ari, all them right here. So, you'll be able to, be that next star. And guess what? You appeared on right here on this platform, Our Black Media. Run Tell That first, and now you on the Rabble. So we wish you luck, sister. But right now we got a whole lot of viewers tonight. We usually have 200 or 300 now. It's over 600 and something. So
yeah, they heard I was here. I heard I was here.
They heard you were here. Did they hear Temakha was?
I think it was about Temakha, really. You're right, Julius. You're right.
Oh, okay. That must be what it was.
That's what it was.
They might have heard that Bernard was back after 3 weeks absence.
T, I like to say this. Julius, you don't mind. I like to say this, T. Our viewing audience, we got them in California, we got them in Alabama, we got them in Texas, we got them in New York, New Jersey, North Carolina, Florida. So this is a great opportunity to get the word out about you and everything. And again, I'm elated for you to be on the show. I'm excited. And I'll talk less, and when it's your time to come up, so you can tell us a lot about yourself and everything.
Talk less.
Lord have mercy. Miss Brown, get here.
Thank you, Bernard.
See, that ain't gonna happen, eh? We ain't gonna talk less. Okay, we're gonna get to our general discussion. Our general discussion, it was the first subject. I don't know whether y'all read the links or whether y'all tapped on the links so y'all can get the background on the subjects. But the first one was, and Temakha, since you're here, I guess you're just going to be in our subjects. And if you have something to say, then, we take turns going. And if you got something to say on it, then you can also join in on the discussion. It was the California officers that were insensitive and with their remarks, and they used excessive force. And all they were ordered to do was take some sensitivity training. Now, do y'all think that was fair? They called the person that they were arrested all kind of names. They use excessive force. And you see this happening all over the country now. Even with the other day, I don't know whether y'all saw where they unleashed the dog. The dog owned the guy. After the guy done surrendered, they unleashed the dog on him. He didn't know that he was supposed to stop. He thought he didn't know the police were behind him. He had one of them big old 18-wheelers. And when he finally saw the police and pulled over, he didn't run or try to get away or come out with a gun or anything. And you got all these officers surrounding him with a gun. And then one little country one, he wants to sick the dogs on. Told the man up, and it's just how they do us. It ain't that they do everybody like that. It's just how they do Black African-American people, how they do us. What say you, Mr. Charlie? We'll let you go first.
Yeah, I'll tell you what's going on. Is that Donald Trump, and I keep going to him, he didn't invent racism, but he made it so fashionable. What's taking place now, the Republican Party, it started at the top and it's filtered down. And what's taking place, they all got a different attitude. I mean, we was trying to, play on a fair playing field for a little while. It was pretty good. But when Donald Trump went into office and what was taking place after that, it is out of control. I can drive down Abercrombie Street and look across at a car and the person want to jump on me and I hadn't done anything of a white persuasion. I'm not making this up. I'm not saying it happen all the time. The policemen have no respect no more. It's something just have woke up in them and saying, we're going to take our country back. And Donald Trump started it. Again, he's the seed that planted it. And that's my opinion.
Okay, next.
I agree, Mr. Brown, and I disagree. I'm gonna say this, because my mouth. I keep saying this when enough gonna be enough. I don't think Donald Trump, I don't think he got anything to do with this. These folks been like this here forever. Period. They've been like this forever, man. Until we stop letting people treat us all kind of way, until we stop treating each other all kind of way, it's gonna happen. These police been black legends ever since back in Martin Luther King and Malcolm X them days. It's been here, okay? And I'm a firm believer in this now. By any means necessary, you have to protect yourself and your family. At the end of the day, yeah, you want to come back and live another day, but when enough gonna be enough. I mean, I'm flat out tired of it. I'm tired of these so-called Negroes saying one thing to us and then saying another thing to somebody else. We got to keep it real, man. We got to start looking out for ourselves. And until we start hitting back, then that's the only way it's gonna change. I'm not saying violent or whatever, but hitting back. Okay, they allow these policemen to do what they need, do what they do. Until we start protecting ourselves, until we start hitting back by any means necessary, I guarantee you things gonna change. Donald Trump, all he did was got in the middle of it. He didn't start off, he just got up in the middle of it to bring all the ones in the backwoods out and feel like they brave. But like I say, man, and until we stick together and ain't gonna change. Just because you look like us, you ain't always for us.
Well,
next.
I'll go ahead and I hear what you're saying, Mr. Brown, but it's people like Cory Booker and Warnock and Ossoff, and I'm just naming them because people resonate with those names in our area. But there are people who have the authority and the power to make that conversation happen. And I'm at a place now where, I agree with you, Bernard. It's time that we hold folk accountable. And it's time that the people that have the authority to make the change make the change. So what I'm saying is this. We have an election coming up next year, a presidential election. And individuals who are not speaking to the values of real equity, not speaking to public policy that's going to protect Black folk, we got to make sure that we let them know that they can't have our votes. And that's Republican, Green Party, Democrat, whatever. If you're not speaking a value of mine, then you cannot be elected. It makes no sense to me that we have certain communities who have gotten resources for their pain and suffering, right? We have a community that has gotten legislation to protect them. And yet, 400 years later, Washington has still come up bankrupt on that check. We've got to cash. So this is a time for when we got to start holding folks accountable. And I'm being serious. People are not going to like it, but Warner, Ossoff, whoever. If Kemp runs against Ossoff and Kemp talking the language about getting this stuff done, let's give them a chance. But it's time that we hold people who want our vote accountable for the things that we value. And if we don't do that, we're going to find ourselves in the same situation over and over again.
All right. Bernard?
No, Jamal.
Jamal.
I know did that.
Oh no, my bad, Jamal.
I'm fine. We can go on.
Mr. Brown, did you have a say on this before I go?
Really?
Yeah, I already give my spill on it. We were talking about why is the police been doing that. Again, my rebuttal to Bernard, I'm saying it might have been harboring it, but the civil rights and the situation have gotten a little better, although we might have got out of hands ourselves, but that don't give them the right to do what they do. And like I say, they have calmed down for a period of time. They really did. They wasn't showing and flexing it. And now it's out of control. Look at the whole Republican Party. It's out of control now. But again, that's why it's called a rabble. We're going to agree and disagree on
Right.
Well, Temakha, did you have anything that you would like to say about this topic?
I'm in a position of really absorbing the conversation, so I'll just be in a receptive mode right now, respectfully.
Okay. I didn't realize Mr. Brown had went first. I was busy texting somebody who had texted me a very important message I had to respond to. But we see this every day, and it just has what it should give us is a wake-up call that we should be more united, and we're not united. They understand this. That's why they do the things that they do to our to a certain segment of the population, which is us. And until they see that we are united as one and that we are protective of each other, then nothing is going to change. It might change in 50 years, but we can get change now if we demand it. Okay. Next subject is Kamala Harris went down to Florida, and she had a bold speech. I don't know whether all y'all saw it. Did y'all see Kamala Harris go down to Florida? She had a bold speech, and she unleashed a whole bunch of hell on Florida. But Fox News, the first thing they say is what? She's lying. All the stuff she's saying is lying. That it's a lie. And it's just pathetic how we let Fox News
dictate us
to right. And then they embolden that right wing, that is that fringe element of craziness, and those people are some lunatics on that side. Everybody just have to admit that. But what say you, Bernard? Did you see it?
I glanced at it. I didn't. I think I heard. I think when I glanced at it, she was going off. And I'm proud of her because I haven't seen her in 2 years. and she supposed to be the vice president of the United States. I ain't seen her in 2 years, man. I seen that boy in California before she came vice president now. So, hey, I'm glad she's standing up and speaking out, man. I don't know if she's doing it because it's getting close to re-election, but You know, I'm glad she got a little anger in her. So somebody need to stand up and say something. Because I know Biden ain't standing up and say anything. He can't even remember anything.
You better stop talking about Robert's president. Robert, what say you?
Well, I'm gonna be on both sides of this side because I believe in holding folks accountable. Kamala, I appreciate her now wanting to be an advocate, and I love Kamala. I support Kamala. But I also want Kamala to remember how you practice in California is not how you speak it now. So just be remembering as you go forward to keep that conversation the way you're keeping it, right? And so I'm gonna just keep it real with you now. I ain't bashing her, but I do want her to be mindful that you contributed to the same foolishness you're speaking on. But DeSantis is wrong. I don't know what kind of he must have got the wrong Newports because DeSantis got something going on if he thinks slavery helped us do anything in this world.
Jamal Torre.
My position on this is that, excuse me, and it's not even about the personalities, that when you talk about, and Robert went to that point with regard to what DeSantis said, and then you had some African Americans, I should say, you had some Negroes who also cited that the information was incorrect, what she was saying, because there was a benefit. That benefit is not anything that came from out of that. That is called, just like I shared on Run Tell that is called survival. That is survival. You're going to do that regardless whatever environment a human being is in. They're going to attempt to survive. And so that's not no benefit right there. And for us to even try to couch the language like it's okay, I'm like, no. And that's why we have to stop buying into the propaganda of other people, because that's what happened. We buy into the propaganda. And so I'm just going to end on that note right there. But I'm sitting in here right now, and somebody has a fork eating some boneless ham with a fork, eating boneless ham. And the boneless ham smells good too. But then I see now all of us got boneless ham, but I'm not going to say anything.
I'm going to Port Wentworth in a minute.
What happened was kind of it's very sad because they had on Fox News, because I don't think they was on CNN or nowhere else. On Fox News, they had two black scholars say blacks did benefit from the use of whatever their slave master allowed them to be trained in that particular area. And I think it was ludicrous because it was under duress. They had to do it, like Jamal said, for survival reasons. They didn't do it, then the slave master will have them whipped or will have them have their arm amputated. They were very cruel to the people back in that day. So that's not a fair depiction. I don't know where they get the Uncle Toms from, but again, they should have said it was under duress. The reason they learned those skills and trade, because the master say, if you didn't do it, boy, you're going to get lashed in the afternoon. And you don't want to get lashed, so you learn how to operate the cotton gin. So, go ahead, Jamal, piggyback or whatever.
Well, they already had the knowledge. So that's why they try to make it seem like, and so I'm going to share this with you. We've had people, even in Savannah, and in the state of Georgia, go and say some ridiculous stuff like that, saying that they brought them over here so they could learn the trade. This is before DeSantis, but this is the type of mindset that some Caucasians have with regards to that. And that's why we have to we have to destroy that. That's why people, when they deal with me, that's why I tell them we are going to pimp slap that foolishness out of the way, and we're going to destroy it. And so just to throw something out there, some of y'all know, checking out the show, not understanding about ham. Y'all say, oh, I don't eat pork. Boneless ham is gullah for watermelon. See, now again, when you don't know your culture, your history, that's right, watermelon. So somebody eat watermelon.
Well, I like what you say. Somebody say you're gonna slap what, pimps or something like that. Okay, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna eat shrimp and slam Pontiac doughs, and then I'm gonna slap the pimps. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do on my end.
Big Clone Tyrone.
You've been around somebody I know.
Mildew barbecue, what you gonna do?
Okay, Mr. Brown. Let's see nothing.
Temakha, if you ever want to say anything after any of these guys speak, just do that like Jamal does all the time. like that, and we'll let you in if you have anything to say now. Before we got one more subject before we get to you, and we're gonna play 3 short little videos, and we're gonna then you can tell the people everything that's happening in a few minutes. But the next subject was there was I don't know where it was. I read so much stuff today, but it was some misdemeanor charges filed against a white guy who killed a black guy on the side of a store, and while he was killing him, he was calling him the N-word, and they charged this guy with misdemeanor charges. And now, we bring all this up to show you the disparities. We bring all this up to show you the underserved communities that we lived in, the overlooked and misaligned communities, how they just think that we are nothing. And it don't matter where you move at. You can move to Savannah Borders. You can move to the Hamptons. When they catch you out there in that car, they don't know where you live at. They don't care. So you have to be able to care about those people behind you also. But we're going to take 5 minutes on this also before we get to Temakha. And that's what, Jamal, you read up on. You want to start on?
Well, it happened in Kansas City. And yes, person and obvious racist. And so that's why the family is not pushing it. Saying, again, just like when we talk about this, that we have to stand up and speak up about this right here, that you can't go and file some misdemeanor charges against this person. That then this is something that this person put it out there. It just is a hate crime that we see that occurred. Because again, he takes the life of a person of African descent, and you are using the N-word on them like that. Your intent is right there. So, but that goes to show you the value of our lives, of African lives, in the minds of some of them with the system. And that's why we have to rectify the system. We got to rectify it. I said times before, we have to burn it all down. We have to burn it all down. So just like they do in the Savannah. In the Savannah, it burns down, and guess what? That's when new growth comes about. That's nature.
New growth. That's correct. That's correct.
It's all right back to what goes around come around, and you're going to continue to have this. It's not going to stop. I don't know what it's going to take. It might be a civil war. I hope not, because it's a sad situation. Again, this is my opinion, and I watch the leaders. We call leaders, and the Republicans, and I have to call it out. They are terrible.
You having a Mitch McConnell moment?
Yeah. You know what?
They're terrible.
Go ahead, Robert.
Okay, I know why I didn't get it out. I'm sorry. We do wish Mitch McConnell a full recovery, regardless of his position. But Mr. Brown, you're right. I think what we are missing in Washington and what we're missing at all levels of government is a middle person. You and I talked earlier today, and you're going to have opposing views, but a lot of this stuff has become very personal, very polarizing. But we no longer have that person in the middle. One thing that Joe Biden did very, very well when he was in the Senate and he had good sense and he wasn't sharing DeSantis' Newports is that he was that good middle person. But I think we have to have that middle person who can see both sides of the aisle and see both sides of the issue, for better or for worse. But to bring the sides together and say, okay, you can't have all of what you want. You can't have all of what you want. But that's the problem now with gun legislation and with this policing issue, is that you got all the folks over here and they don't want to compromise, and the folks over here don't want to compromise. Well, somebody got to give. Somebody got to give a little bit to get a lot.
Okay, Bernard.
Hey, let me hold on. Let me say this here. Whether you Republican or whether you a Democrat, those some evil folks. They evil on both sides. On both sides. I'm not gonna put it just on Republican. I'm not gonna put on. They both sides is evil. And for this man to get a misdemeanor for killing one of our people is flat out wrong. That's totally murder. He murdered that man, and then you want to call him so many words. What if we switch it around and we got little Becky and Jimmy Becky, and they was white, and a black man was doing that to them. Man, they'll call the National Guard, Army. Biden probably would get on an airplane and fly down there. And I mean, it's terrible, man. It is terrible. And this, you know what, is going on. And why have to be our black media to talk about this? Our black media to bring everything to our black community site. But they want to throw sword at us. They want to throw sand at us. They want to say, oh, we radical. They're going to say, oh, they don't know what they're talking about. Man, shut up. Okay? We know what we're talking about. White man killing the black people. Whether you're a policeman, whether you a white bus driver, or whatever you is, man. And I'm be honest with y'all, I am frustrated. That's why I took some time off this show. Because I had to go get me some medicine to get insane, man. I'm telling you. And I always say this here now. I really and truly appreciate Martin Luther King, you know, for bringing us together. But it's time to go where Malcolm X went. By any means necessary, there we got to protect our girls. We got to protect our boys. We got to protect grandmama, uncle, and everything. Trust me. I just hope they don't run up on me. And I'm just keeping it real. Flat out keeping it real. Like Jamal said, burn it down. Okay. It's too much political correct BS with our black people. Okay? Trust me. I ain't turning my other cheek. If somebody slap me, believe me, buddy. Yo, hey, it's going to be World War IV.
You get the rehab.
You about to say something, Jamal?
Again, we get breaking news. The judge in Baltimore has refused a mistrial with regards to the squeegee worker, the teenage squeegee worker murder in Baltimore. The judge has refused. They're now forcing the jury to still deliberate with regards to the murder. So again, breaking news, our black media.
All right.
Jill, I just want to say this before we close out that particular subject. I think what you got, Bernard, and the rest of the panel, you have to realize it's the new KKK. There are judges, there are Supreme Court members, they are all over the place, and that's the effect that you're getting. There are judges, there are people in play. And now I'm going to finish saying this. If you notice, the Republicans, when they attack Joe Biden, they attack Hunter Biden all the time. I mean, Hunter Biden never was in the government with his father, like the Trumps was in the government with their daddy. So I don't see how they keep connecting Hunter Biden like they trying to connect the Donald Trump kids, because Donald Trump kids was in his administration. Never, not one time Hunter Biden was in. But that's what you got going. It's the new KKK. They are policemen. They are judges. I'm telling you, my friend, you don't see them. That's why you getting the effect. Go ahead, Bernard.
Yeah. I don't think they knew. I think they're just dressing up. You know, they ain't new. They're the same ones. They're just dressing up in suits and everything. And when you say Hunter Biden, look here. If Obama had some sons, and Obama's son doing what Joe Biden and son do, man, they'd be in prison now. This dude is doing corrupt stuff. Just call it like it is. Biden's son doing corrupt. Donald Trump's son doing all of them. And if all of them was black, they'd be right now in prison. So it's not like they is new. No, it ain't new. They're just dressing up.
Right. I'll agree with you 100% what you just say. But what I'm trying to say, Hunter Biden never was in the administration. The Trump two son and daughter was a part of the administration.
A crook is a crook, whether you in administration or whatever.
You got me on that, and I can't take that from you.
A crook is a crook. Hey. Trust me, I don't care if you're in administration or whatever. A crook is a crook.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna go to this commercial. Then we're gonna play her. We're gonna play some short videos for Temakha. Then we're going to have a discussion with her for a few minutes. And after we have that discussion, you are free to stay with us the rest of the show or leave after you're finished. It's up to you. You see how wild it is. It gets a little bit wilder after a while. So just stand by. We're going to go to the commercial. And when we come from the commercial, we'll start playing your videos. And you can tell us everything that you're doing. And go ahead, if you have a chance, to put it in the chat, how people can send you anything. And Robert will paste it into the comments. And we'll get that for you so we can start helping you fund this concert tour and to promote your new album, okay?
Thank you.
Dear soul, I am Temakha, and I'm a singer and songwriter based here in Savannah, Georgia. And I am inviting you to support me in providing a 10-date tour to promote the release of my first album entitled The Remedy. Your support would be an honor to receive, and it would ensure that each and every element of the project and the tour are exquisite. So please be sure to check out all the additional information on my GoFundMe page and support. I thank you in advance.
Peace and power, dear souls. Thank you for being present. Thank you for joining us for this evening with Temakha. And as I'm sure you've already guessed, I'm Temakha. And it's a pleasure to be with you this evening. This evening is a seed of gratitude. I'm preparing to take flight to higher altitudes and go on tour to promote this beautiful project of an album that I poured my heart and my mind and my efforts into for the last 3 years. And many of you who are present have already contributed to my campaign, my GoFundMe campaign, to raise the fund and the funds needed for me to provide this 10-date promotional tour. And we just started promoting about 2 weeks ago, and we're already at the 20% mark. And I am just so grateful. So this evening is a seed of gratitude for all of you, and all of yous who may not be present in the physical, who have contributed to this moment being what it is, and assisting me to represent us, to sing our songs, to write new songs. And on the way, I'm going to need to collect some green stuff in my palms. So I thank you for your support. And I just invite you to allow yourself to fully receive this sample of what I will be doing all over the globe, all over the galaxy. Ashe?
I'm gonna see if I can hit that note like that.
Mr. Brown, give a note like that.
Y'all missed it. She's even better in person, y'all. She's
Minnie
even
Riperton.
better in person.
That's Minnie Riperton song, right?
Yes.
Man, I tell you what, you couldn't tell. I mean, really, you hit the high notes.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, good. I enjoyed it.
Okay, so first question, what inspired you? I mean, you're just very talented, but what inspired you to kind of take that leap of faith?
Most High, my favorite inspiration. Before answering that question, I want to take a bit of I absorbed a lot of what you all were speaking about and find a bit of connection with what it is that I'm offering, right, in this leg of my journey. My first career was that of a professional model for about 16 years. And before that, I graduated from Georgia State University in the heart of Atlanta, Georgia. My studies included sociology, Africana studies, and I think I was like 2 classes away from minoring in Spanish, but I was ready to graduate. And along my journey, I was able to develop more of an understanding of the social climate of the world. I've always been a people watcher and a studier. So to give more color to my inspiration, not only is it my walk with the Most High, but it's observing the experiences that humans experience, like what we experience here. And most importantly, how we feel about it. So my first album is entitled The Remedy. My first book is also entitled The Remedy, which I think is very connected to my inspiration to using the gifts that we have, the intelligence that we have access to from God, to create true solutions and to create true revolution in our cultural spaces, in our how we deal with each other, how we deal with ourselves. And to be able to present that, I've had to absorb things and understand things. So to give a full answer, my inspiration is my walk with God, first and foremost. But secondly, the experiences, the emotional and the social and the mental experiences just that I find myself around. I'm kind of like a sponge, and I take these things in and I ponder on them. And then I produce something that I think could be helpful, that could be uplifting. And another really big inspiration in my journey was my own pain. The experiences in my life that were painful, the experiences that I witnessed that were painful to digest. And I think sometimes when we're experiencing pain, like the conversations that you all were having earlier, they're painful. They're painful conversations to have. And sometimes when we're not taking the time to truly face the pain, we not only don't give it an opportunity to go away, but to continue. But then we miss the wisdom that the pain comes to bring us, especially if we try to mask it, trying to turn the other way and not look at it and really communicate about it. So I was thinking about all of that as I was observing and listening to the conversation. But pain, observing people, observing life, my journey, and Most High are my biggest inspiration.
Okay. Can I ask you a question?
Yes, you can ask me a question.
Okay.
I can't say it.
What genre you think it come under? Would you come under blues, jazz, or earthy type music, or what? If you
it's so much. Yeah, it's so much. So I'm influenced very deeply with R&B.
Okay.
My producer calls it spiritual. It's like, let's create a new genre, spiritual. So I'm like, okay, spiritual soul music. But I'm a really big consumer of neo soul music, blues. I love music, so I don't get limited to specific genres. But
no. The reason I asked that question because they're gonna put you in that category a lot of time. That's where I was coming from.
Yeah. So mostly R&B. I do have some rap and hip hop vibrations on the album as well. But a lot like myself, I absorb things and I then produce things that are reflective of that inspiration. But I think R&B would probably be the mostly what the genre is going towards.
Okay. And the other question was, do you have a distributor yet at all?
Yeah. So the music industry has transformed a great deal. Mm-hmm. So we have the opportunity as artists to have more control of our distribution. I'm an independent artist. I'm also the music label. And what I've been empowered to learn through understanding and taking in the guidance that I've been receiving is to have ways to independently manage what it is that I'm producing with my creativity. Because a lot of times this ends up being someone has a really great idea, they go to another label, they pay them to finish the idea, complete the idea, and then they end up having most of the ownership over the actual idea or the actual art. And that doesn't really allow space and allow room for the creative to create generational wealth, to have the ability or the flexibility to move how they want to later on in their career. So I do have a distributor that is called CD Baby, which allows me to upload my music and distribute it to all the major music networks as far as digital. But then I also print my own CDs with my own two hands.
Wow.
To when we do shows and things, so that we're able to give that for those who still listen to CDs. Again, music is changing now. Everyone can download and stream.
Correct.
And then one place that I particularly direct people to go to is directly to my website, because I'm not going to be paying any of these other distributors. You'd be able to be contributing directly to me, to the artist that created it. But yes, to answer your question, I do have distribution.
I got one more question now to be at.
Okay.
I noticed you sample. Robert, I don't need an undertone. I noticed you sample Minnie Riperton's song. Did you have to get permission from the songwriter who wrote that song?
Well, when you perform live music, you don't have to get direct permission from the songwriter, but you have to get a license to perform the song, so that anywhere that the song is being sung, that artist or the people who manage her estate still do it. So yes, you do have to. I didn't necessarily go to the ancestor realm and get her permission directly, but anytime that a performance is being done and the artist is forthright in doing the correct means of how to do that, you're supposed to have a license to sing that.
Okay, thank you so much. And I think you answer a lot of key questions, because the viewing audience sometimes don't know how artists have to go through step by step to get distribution and do things. And you answer the question, in my opinion, very direct and elegant in doing it. So I want to thank you, regardless to what my counterpart think of me and always want to cut me off. But I know what I'm doing. Thank you, ma'am.
Bernard, you have any questions?
Not no more, Miss Brown.
It's not a question, but it's even though we're on this podcast, her spirit, she got good spirit. You got good spirit. And the music that you sing It's the type of music that need to calm me down. And the only reason why I really didn't act up is because of your spirit present here.
That's right.
And so my question is, how do we get your CDs? And are you in concert in Savannah? Because I'm in Savannah right now.
Yes.
I would love to come and bring my girlfriend and everything and my family to see you in concert.
Yes, so I keep a running calendar on my website. I can put it in the chat so that you can share it as well, but it's www.temakha.com. That's spelled TEMAKHA.com. And at the bottom of the website, after you get by all the music and all the good stuff, there's a calendar that puts up, and so you can know where I'm going to be, when I'm going to be performing, what time, if there's a charge to get in. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. I think the next date that I will be performing will be in partnership with the St. Joseph Memorial. They have a subsidiary that's doing a program for their seniors. And I'm going to be performing there, and that's going to be August 11th. But the information is on my website, which I just put there, so you can put it in the chat so everyone can see it. But yeah, I'm Savannah has become home to me. I've been here for the last, I think I'm going on 5 years. And yeah, so when I'm doing performances, if you go to my website, you'll be sure to be able to check in. And I'm always welcoming families to come. The music that I offer is family friendly, something that you can sing with your grandmama and your grandbabies, so nothing that's going to deter anyone. I do my best to create unity with the vibrations that I feel like there's a lot of responsibility with being an artist. I do my best to hold that responsibility with integrity.
Very good. Very good.
So, are you going to be open to do weddings and private parties and birthdays, all those type of things? You are open for doing those type things, right?
I'm open for all the opportunities that Most High has for me. However, I put a bit of a focus on, because I know myself as a creative. Sometimes I can pick up all these different things and nothing gets finished. So the focus right now definitely is this first music project and this tour. But I'm always open to doing what I love to do, which is assisting people with feeling good through the power of music. Like, that's something that I'm going to do regardless. But I do want to be honest and true and just and say that my focus right now.
If you're available, we just want the people to know that you are, if you're available, you are open to those opportunities. Your first show will be in Savannah, though.
Of course. It may be the first one, it may be the last one. We'll see how it is. I might need to go around and get the kinks out to make sure.
Bernard is looking right there like he want to join and be your promoter and start your show in the concert tour right here in Savannah and see how he can get that done. We need to find a venue so that we can go ahead and get. Do you play requests? It's a lot of songs for your voice. I think that we have a lot of songs that we love to hear you sing. And I also want to throw in this little shameless plug. I write also, so you might can sing.
Oh, Lord. Moving on.
Listen,
Reclaiming my time.
Reclaiming my time. Hold on. That's why I asked Ms. Tamara this. So if someone wanted to book your show, they can go to the same website, and then you will give them, let's say, for instance, I want to have a Christmas program, and I want to book your show in December. So I'll put it in and let you know we're going to have 200 people to attend, and let you know the venue and stuff. And you'll get back with me with a price or whatever for the show itself.
If you go to the website and you click contact, you can write me a message with any other details, and we can work out something. Yes. Yeah.
Because they ask, I know that they ask a bunch of foolish questions, but foolish question is good stuff too. That's why I love them so much. Go ahead, Robert.
But Jamar, it's a good thing with Jamar go and do tours in Savannah. So what you need to do, get on Jamar, one of his bus, and you can be touring and singing, and he can have it. That's one way to get.
Whoa, I like that.
Yeah, we love to promote it.
So many people get it. I know all y'all was in the music industry. Look at y'all.
Yeah. Bernard is he got all the connections in the Atlanta clubs, so you can go and sing in the Atlanta clubs. Some of them you might not want to go in.
Let my local say, okay,
bye. It's Robert time. Robert, go ahead.
No, I'm impressed. It's good to see new, young, impressive folks. We got Temakha here with the music. We met a young brother Denzel who's with nutrition. I always like to see young black professionals and doing good stuff. So keep doing what you're doing. I agree with Bernard. The spirit really. We need more people like you in this world.
So will you be singing your originals along with some of the classics?
Of course.
Okay.
So the I have to pay homage to my roots. I have to pay homage to my foundation. Okay, my mother and father are both from South Philadelphia, and my mom is a music master. So growing up listening to real music, and I think we talked about this in our first conversation. We were talking about the state of society, and I think a lot of it has to do with our meditations, like the things that we think about, things that we meditate on. And music is a powerful force for meditation, whether you're actively or just singing along. So a lot of these songs that I learned or listened to in the backseat of the car, you know, the OJs, like just Earth, Wind, and Fire, like things that are timeless. For me to be in a space where I'm producing art, I can't do that without paying homage to my roots, because I'm not the first one to do this. That's like a way of honoring that which has come before me, honoring my ancestors. Yeah. So of course there's going to be some old and goodies and some classics, just like the Minnie Riperton sample that you had. Yeah, and I'm going to bring us to the future and give you some of the goodness that's coming out of Abundaverse as well. So yes.
Okay. Well, we want everybody to make sure you look at the links, www.temakha.com. Go to her website; it's right there on the screen now, and make sure that you follow her, like her, support her. That's the GoFundMe page there. You know, we want to make sure that she is the next big star out of Savannah. Whether it's India Ari, Mary Davis, Mary J. Blige, whoever, what the young girl named, the basketball girl, yeah, we want to make sure that you get that same type of recognition, and we want to make sure that we do everything we can to help you get there.
You know, and don't forget that girl came out of Savannah. Baby, I'm yours, and she graduated from Beach House School. Brenda Lewis. She went to Beach House School. Okay. Have y'all ever heard the song? Baby, I'm yours. All night long.
Jimmy Lloyd Brown and Brick. I don't know who that is. Charlie talking about.
That's all right. You don't have to know the history.
I know Charlie.
Just look up Brenda. Just look up Barbara. I think it's Barbara Lewis.
Barbara Shirley.
She's a graduate from Savannah, from Beach High School.
And the last thing I want to tell you is we do have very close, very, very close. He was here a couple of months back eating Low Country Ball over at my house. My wife is like his aunt. He calls her all, often, but with Chance, who you've met, Molly Music is a very good close friend.
Yes.
So
he actually got his start in the studio that I work out of. Yeah, the studio that I record in. That's where he did a lot of his first Savannah concerts. So yeah, I'm pretty aware of I'm a fan of Molly Music as well. So,
okay,
yes, I appreciate that.
Well, Chance got his number on speed dial. They talk all the time. They're like brothers.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah. So, anything else you want to give us on this before? Like I said, you're welcome to stay, but we get a little crazy in a few minutes.
I'm not leaving because of the craziness. I'm leaving because I do have another appointment. Awesome. But what I would like to give is gratitude and thank you for having me. I'm very, very grateful and very humble. This journey is campaigning of any type, whether it's political, whether it's for your music project, whether it's for any type of idea. It puts you in a space where you get to be more responsible and more connected with the people that you claim to want to serve. So this process has been so revealing to me, and it's put me in a position of just supreme gratitude, just to see how God is moving and to see how it's just a beautiful thing to really get connected with the community and to really say, hey, this is what I want to offer, and just to see that support. So I'm just grateful that you were open to having me here. Thank you for walking up to me after the performance and, giving me the information about what you all are doing here. And I'm just grateful that I had an opportunity to speak with you all. I'm sure this won't be the last time that we're seeing each other.
We want to have you back so that you can do a live performance or something for us.
Okay.
Charlie was supposed to be out there that day, and I told him, I said, man, you just missed this awesome
you're right.
female
She's on the front porch. She's on the front porch, right, in Port Wentworth.
Huh?
The front porch of Port Wentworth?
No, she was at Juneteenth at 38th Street Park.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Wow.
Marilyn Jackson. Marilyn Jackson. Okay, I'm sorry.
But that's a good idea, Charlie. That's a good idea. We need to see whether we could get you on the front porch. I'm gonna give you the information. Call Bernard, your new manager there.
Yeah.
And so we can see whether we can.
I want you to do us. I want you to do us a big favor because it's gonna happen. I don't know when. You're gonna get a Grammy for one of your songs, original songs, new artist of the year. It's gonna happen. Just believe. And let me tell you, I want you to do us one favor. I want you to get up there when you accept your Grammy. Say, I want to thank the black media in Savannah, Georgia, and none other than the good-looking Charlie Brown in Savannah, Georgia. Please do me that favor. I appreciate that. Thank you.
I will graciously consider. And
Please,
I think
no, ma'am. I'm telling you,
No,
Charlie.
Charlie.
So I want
I'm
it.
to tell people.
So if the Grammy comes, I want it because I'm predicting it now.
Awesome.
No.
We want you to come back and let us know when the first concert. We're going to be following you. If you want to come back on anytime before that, let us know. We want to make sure that we actively put this GoFundMe out for your concert. You're raising money to do a 10-city tour, correct?
Yes, this is true.
And we want Savannah to be the first, and we want to see how we can help. We will all be there as long as you don't have it on a Wednesday.
Okay, right. Wednesday at 7, right?
Wednesday at 7, we won't be there.
But Julia, we can go live where she from.
There you go.
That's correct. We got first dibs on feminine. Jamal, you got your hand up?
Yeah, first I had my hand on my head. Because you and I, we had already discussed with it. I told Sister Temakha, when you had pulled out your book and you told me you write poetry, I told her, I remember I told you that he's going to try to get himself into try to be a writer and stuff like that. I had told you that, and he manifested it on the show today. And then you didn't even come to me to ask me anything, but that's fine. So we're not going to hold up the sister. You got to keep going.
All right, thank you, Jamal.
I just wanted you to know you just skipped over me, but that's why I got a headache right now.
Okay, well, we all a team. If we all have to be her managers, I don't know what we're gonna do. We're not tell your manager we're not trying to bump him. Tell you, okay. We're just trying to get in to make sure that you are successful. So I do write. I do write. I have some awesome stuff.
She already saw all of that. We talked about that.
See it later. You're
being brazen about it.
Look, they're gonna be the.
He's passionate about his art. I can understand that completely.
Where's my book at? My book in there. Jamal, show my book. Jamal, put my book up. Jamal, go show it to you before you leave.
Come on, man.
I got a book of poetry.
Jamal done moved in.
Jamal, to show it.
Lord, what'd you say?
Jamal done moved in.
See that? That's my book of poetry right there.
Well, you like God on that cover, boy. You like God.
It will be released in the first week of August.
First week of August.
The first week of August. It's a book of poetry about me. I've been writing since high school. Robert, while I'm talking, would you please be quiet? It'll be released the first week of August, which is about 2 weeks from now, second week of August. And you can everybody be able to go Amazon or wherever or order the book from me. We'll give you the details later on. Okay? Jamal, manager.
And Temakha, you see that picture? You know what his nickname is? Easter Beagle. He looked like an Easter Beagle. That's what that picture looked like.
Oh, he like Cornel West.
No, he's an Easter Beagle for Easter.
Cornel West. Come on. What, Temakha, it was awesome having you.
It was good,
and we'll see you pretty soon. We're all gonna hopefully see how we all can contribute to the GoFundMe right there, because there ain't no sense in us telling somebody else to do it if we don't do it. So the GoFundMe, y'all make sure that y'all get that information there so that we can give this sister her boost to get to where she is going to be, so she can say, I couldn't have did it without those wonderful people in Savannah.
Jamal, please put down the Easter beagle before you eat the carrots, please.
Jamal's trying to get his 10%, Charlie. I don't know about you with your.
I thank you all, and I bid you a great evening and a
thank you
conversation.
too.
Thank you all.
All right. Good night.
Good night. Thank you, ma'am.
All right.
She's a very soft-spoken person, and I hope when she do get the Grammy that she remember us, and because she'll get the Grammy for us, I'm concerned. She'll get one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially if she's singing any music out of that book of poetry that Jamal just had up.
So when your book is coming out?
First or the second week of August. We're trying to make sure that we get everything right.
Yes, Ivan Coyne, I can prophesy. Everybody know I can.
Come on.
Hey, see, Ivan, you can prophesize too. He said the journey. When reading it, who comes to mind? Langston Hughes, Paul Laurence Dunbar, Julius Hall. And because I've been writing for about 45 years now. And I never threw anything away. And this is just a collection of poetry that I wrote. And it's in a book now. And you can get it for $19.95 in about 2 weeks. And you'll also be able to get my other book, Crossing the Line.
Can I ask you a question? Who would it be with? Amazon or who would the book would be with?
You can get it on Amazon, Kindle, whatever it is that they got it at. Wherever my people got it at. What you saying, Jamal?
Breaking news. It says, no, it's closer to Iceberg Slim, Trick Baby.
The producer, tell that producer that they are going to be reprimanded and fired after tonight.
Trick Baby.
Iceberg Slim.
What kind of show is that?
Yeah, so bad. Y'all do.
I didn't know this show was talking about pimps and slamming Pontiac doors and eating shrimp and all this. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, that was you. That was
Trick
you.
Baby.
Slamming Cadillac doors.
Pontiac doors.
So don't y'all forget, we got to support Temakha, Bernard. Temakha, if you're still listening, don't block our calls when we call them to get you on the stardom now. You know how Ray did it on the 5 Heartbeats. We could do more for you. We could do more for you, didn't you? Red
was vicious, man.
Yeah, Red was vicious. Red remind me of this show I'm watching now. I'm binging on All the Queen's Men. Lord have mercy.
They come kill you.
Man, this the baddest woman I ever seen in my life. Y'all ever saw the show?
No, I heard about it.
On BET Plus. Lord have mercy. Woo. Hey, but anyway, go look, you'll get a chance and watch BET Plus, All the Queen's Men. It's crazy. It's a woman's show, really. But because it's about a club in Atlanta where all the women go. Okay, so we're gonna get on to our next subject. And your favorite person, we're gonna get back on him for only a few minutes before we get to where we gotta go at. Your favorite person is Ron DeSantis. That's him there. And Ron done fired half of his staff, his campaign staff. He done fired half of the campaign staff. He's rebooting, trying to get the right people in there so he can overtake Donald Trump. I haven't seen anybody who fired their staff this late into the campaign, because it really is late because they started a year ago and win.
Well, Jew, you know, he blew away. He blew through over $20 million, and that's some of his donors are concerned. What is he doing with the money? He's not managing the money.
But
he
they
blew
say
through $20 million.
They say that him and what's the little guy named down there that he was rumored to be with? What the little guy named down there that they were trying to get rid of? Getz. They say him and Getz. They say he blew 10 million of the 20 in strip clubs.
I can believe that.
No, I'm saying he saw him over there.
and one of the reasons why his funds are dwindling because he's going through it and he's not getting the kind of charge he needs from supporters, and that's what's happening. Donald Trump still got 60% of the party, and that's what's happening. He's not getting the contribution.
Jamal.
Breaking news: all the King's Men strip club, Florida, all the King's Men. Breaking news. News.
So you saying that's where the money is in the strip clubs in Florida?
Hey,
The producer said, the researcher said that's what it is. All the King's Men, that's the strip club in Florida.
Gotcha.
Well, they must have got another. She must have opened a club in Florida. It's called Club Eden. Club Eden. And that's the name of the club on the show. And it's wild. It's wild. It's wild. I thought P Valley, they tried to get me to watch that, would have been wild. But, Charlie, I'm still talking. But anyway, I have never watched one episode of P Valley, what Bernard tried to get me to look at. But go ahead, Charlie. What you saying?
No. I just wanted to say that I was in Atlanta, Georgia, around 1980. About 1980, I was in a script joint. I forgot the name of it, and they put me out. And I'm gonna tell you what happened. What I did, you know how you're supposed to put money on the girls? I put money and then I put my hand in the wrong place, and she screamed like a little scream, and two big guys came, I'm serious, and sent me out the door and told me I had to go. They didn't hurt me or nothing. They just got me on my arm and told me they could put me in jail for assault and whatever, and put me out the door in Atlanta, Georgia. I got put out of strip mall.
Oh Lord!
In 1980.
Let me What that say? P Valley is a good producer.
The producer said P Valley is good.
Yeah.
Oh,
they said P Valley is good.
Yeah.
They're clapping right now.
Yeah. Let me clear something up. Let me clear something up right now. It's not a script club. It's a dance entertaining club, okay?
Right.
Please get it right.
No! They told me it was a script club. They said the more you clap,
can you get it right?
The more you clap, the more they take their clothes off.
I'm very assaulting. It's a dance entertaining club, okay? Get it right.
Well, they put me out, and I'm still mad about it.
You're right, Bernard.
They said you were throwing quarters instead of dollars.
Yeah.
No. I give $5, and so I just put my hand in the wrong place, and the woman screamed, say, "Ow!" Like that.
Bernard. Charlie Robinson, Charlie was throwing quarters instead of dollars.
That's what it was.
Let me tell you why they really got Charlie. He told me this story before. He said he ran out of ones, so he didn't know. He was ignorant to the fact that he threw a 20 out there and thought that he could get him $19 change.
I don't know about that part.
Hey. Let me clear something up again. There's no more throwing ones. They throwing 20s. They done stepped up now. There's no more ones, Mr. Charlie.
Wow.
They might give you death for
But
wounded.
now, let me ask you a question. They still put people out if you touch the girls the wrong place?
According how big your wallet is.
Okay. Because because in 1980, I was up there with the Nestle company, because you remember I used to be with the Nestle company. And I was up to the place and the girls say, "Oh!" like that. And the guys came and they say, ask her what was wrong. And she told them, the guys told me, say, "You got to go, man." Say, "Max, something, you got to go." And they took me by the shoulder. They picked me up on my seat and picked me up and walked me out the door and said, "You can't come back, you barred." He said, we can press charges against you.
So what you was trying to give her a whatchamacallit ball?
A cannonball. That's why they put him out.
You remember that ball they called whatchamacallit?
Yeah, that's why they put him out. They know he coming in and he's selling cannonballs. That's why they put
I'm not gonna lie. It was like the walk of shame. And they walked me to the door. People was looking at me going, "Oh," like that.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. That was you think.
I can't deal with you.
Julius, you know I ain't got no freckles on my face.
Boy, I tell you, boy, y'all something else. But Ron DeSantis, we don't know what he in trouble, whether it was a smart move. You know, our problem with him is all the policies that he's trying to implement, and to show that he, you know, you couldn't come out before to be a racist. Now you can, and it's the normal thing to do now if you're a white politician in this country, is to, if you're in the Republican Party, is to be racist and to back these racist thoughts and ideas. And we got to hold those ones accountable who aren't saying anything, because that means they're complicit with it.
Oh no, buddy, I'm sorry. You can be black too and be a racist too, because several of them out there. And I'm not gonna get into it, but you know who they are.
But the bottom line is, I think I missed 3 or 4 shows. But the bottom line is this: 2024 is gonna be Biden against Trump, and the Republican got 13 people running, 14, and these white folks love that food, and Ron gonna do if he spent $10 million in the strip club, he got 10 more million to go, because down there they will take it all. At the end of the day, Trump, it's gonna be Trump and Biden. So Biden need to step up. You know,
all right. So what y'all want
that's my
first?
opinion. He already leading 20% of it, and he's not even doing the tour yet. We'll start next month.
Okay, so what y'all want first? You got 2 subjects left. One of them is the richest black billionaires in the world.
Wow.
And the second one is it's a bunch of them. We're not going to show, but about 15 14, 15 of them. They had the top 20 on there. Some of them I couldn't even pronounce their name. And then we got Carrie Russell, Carly Russell. That's the girl that faked her abduction in Alabama?
Right. Let's do the billionaire first, Julie. I'd rather do the billionaires first.
Okay, let's go to the billionaires. We're going to do the billionaires. We got about 14 or 15 of them.
I didn't know we had that many.
No, it's a whole lot more than this. It's just they had the top 20 up there. And we got one guy that tops them all. He's at $13 billion. This guy here. He's at $13 billion.
Oh, not me. Quit saying that. Man do look like me a little bit, but I ain't got no freckles on my face.
He's at $13 billion.
Can you name the top 5? Who's the top 5?
I'm going to put them up and then we'll discuss them. They're a little out of order.
Okay.
And we'll put them up and you can see who they are as we go along. We got Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry, he's in the all these figures are from 2022. He's a director and television mogul. and he just brought BET and BET Plus.
Wow.
So he's worth $1 billion. I think they undercut him a little bit because
probably 1 billion plus.
Yeah, he's worth more than that. With all the stuff that he's got and all the property, all the studios, all the movies he's producing, he's the Steven Spielberg of our generation.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
You got Tyler Perry. I mean, you got Jay-Z. Jay-Z, he's worth $1.3 billion. $1.3 billion. Who? And that they call him.
Julius, is that by himself or that's with Beyonce? Or they got it separate?
That's his by himself.
Let me ask you a question now. You showed Tyler Perry a second ago. It's more of a general discussion. I think Tyler Perry do more, giving more people jobs than Jay-Z does, in my opinion.
And that's part of this discussion. All these rich people, what are they doing in the community? What are they funding? Tyler Perry, we see it because he gives and he gives. We love Tyler Perry. That's why I support him. That's why I didn't even need BET Plus, but when he brought it, I went and got it. So I contribute my part to his platform because if I can get Netflix and everybody else, I can get Tyler Perry. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to make sure that I was supportive in that regard. What'd you say, Charlie?
And how many jobs he's creating in Atlanta in the feminine business and the security, the maid, the janitor, the landscapers. He's creating a lot of jobs. So it's causing a trickle down. The families who didn't have money, they got a little money now because they're making a decent salary.
And he just went and paid everybody in the neighborhood, Robert. You talked about this last 2 weeks ago or something when he paid all their taxes for everybody around his studio because it made their property value go up. So he paid all their taxes for a certain amount of years. I think he went and paid it. And that's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to be arrogant, acting a fool when you got money. And Tyler Perry shows you that I don't know what these other billionaires, Michael Jordan, I know who he like to give to Karen's and
who you telling?
And Becky's. So
who you telling?
That's who he like to give his money to. He rather lose it in a divorce settlement. What is he on, his fourth marriage or something like that?
No, this is second marriage. I mean, this is second marriage, but I don't know. Michael did give a big contribution to a hospital was in a predominant black area to keep it open. Now he did do that to keep that hospital in North Carolina.
And he gave away some turkeys one Thanksgiving also.
Oh, Joey, you done give away.
Serious.
You done give some hands away.
He did. He got them $2 shoes that he get for $2, and they selling them for $600-$700. I've never had a pair and never won't. No, you can't even buy me a pair. Robert Smith. Know who that is? Yes, Robert Smith. Y'all know Robert. Robert is the guy who paid everybody at Morehouse's school debt off. He's worth $8 billion. He was worth $7 then, and he's worth $8 now. So maybe, Robert, if we can get you back down to $7, maybe you can come pay everybody at Savannah State Zone, and then you can come and pay everybody and buy our black media and let us do something with some money so that Jamal won't sit there looking hungry, and then we can pay the people. Y'all got anything? Anything y'all want to say?
No. I'm gonna say about him what he did. He released a lot of debt so those people can go out and do a great job and start concentrating, and they can create wealth as well because they can start their own business and hire people as well. Yes, so he's helping them out. Mm-hmm. Oh, come on. Jordan. He a caring lover.
Michael Jordan, $1.7 billion, and he fit to get $3 billion. That was in 2022. He just about to, I think Bernard, has that sale went through for him selling the book? So he's going to be well over $2.5 billion rich. He invested what, $200 million, and I think he's selling it for $3 billion
to his boys. those is boys.
Yeah, those is boys. Those is boys.
And I ain't trying to put his business out, but it's a lot of stuff going on. The reason why there's sale and stuff going on like that.
I heard that.
It's a lot of gambling went on, and so basically he lost it. He lost the team.
Oh, okay.
I heard the same thing. He lost it in a bet.
Yeah.
He's a bad gambler. He loves to gamble. And there's no sense in betting and gambling if you can't win. And Michael don't win. I heard Charles Barkley say he's a loser. He just got more
but it was
money.
time for him. He wasn't really doing much. You know, it was time for him to sell it and move on.
Yeah.
Temakha?
I was going to at least throw something out with Jay-Z. Jay-Z has been involved in bail reform, and with regards to Khalif Browder. And that's where, with regards to what happened, Khalif, 16 years old, jailed in Rikers with men, beaten up, abused, and so eventually commit suicide. And so Jay-Z has been involved in that, and that Khalif Browder was innocent of the charges, and his family could not afford the money to get him out. So that's what Jay-Z, I'll just throw that out there for Jay-Z.
So he have given some public funds to people to help them with the fight, whatever, against attorney fees and stuff.
He's helped create an entity. He has an organization that he's been out there. And so he produced a film with regards to Khalif Browder, a documentary on that. So yeah.
I didn't know that. I'm glad you shared that with us.
Abdullah Mahd Rabble.
He look like a kid. He look like a candy.
$5.5 billion. He's a Nigerian, and his commodities are cement and sugar. He sold. Bernard, he sold a whole lot of cement and sugar, didn't he?
A lot.
Yeah.
That
man look like a candy apple.
He got he's but
he look like a candy apple.
I know it.
Robert, come get Charlie, please.
Bernard, you know me and you on the same sheet of music or something. That man look like a candy apple to you. There go cartoon candy apple.
Yeah, he funny looking. Hey, he look funny, but he rich.
Yeah, I'm not saying he isn't rich, but he still look like a candy apple. I don't care if he got all that money.
I wonder what he's doing over there.
What he do? Yeah,
that's my thing.
Okay, we're gonna go to.
Now this guy, David Stewart, he grew up in the South. He got he's worth $6 billion last year. $6 billion. And the most that I've seen him do is he gave 1.3 million, which is change out of his pockets, to the University of Missouri, St. Louis, to create endowment for him and his wife, a jazz studies program. Man, y'all, to whom much is given, much is required. And you guys aren't doing diddly squat, I think. Be like Tyler Perry. Be everywhere. Yeah. Give that money away. You can't die with. And take it when you die. It's about your giving.
Yeah.
You got a whole lot. Give a whole lot.
Yeah. With piggyback off what Tyler Perry, he to be honest, all these guys on the list, the only one I basically look up to is Tyler, because he give back. Before he went to East Point, you couldn't even go in East Point. It was just bad. He came there and just made it look like, fantastic. It was a Hunter base. It was an Air Force base, whatever. He just took over. He treated people right, and they say, quote, he's very strict. He's very strict. He's a no-nonsense person. And I think what happened was, the reason I'm saying this, when Whitney Houston died, and Whitney Houston told him to take care of Bobby Christina, and he's Bobby Christina goddaddy.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and during the time when that happened, my wife and Bobby Christina was in the same. She was in one room and she was in another room, and that's when I got to meet him. A tall guy, him and Bobby, and fantastic guy. And I remember this like it was day. He hit me on my shoulder and said, "Hey, young fella, it's gonna be okay."
Wow.
And this guy, man, I'm telling you, hands off. and like I said, he was Barbara Christina goddaddy. And you know, but you know how that went.
That's a pretty compelling story you just shared with us. Thank you. That's something we wouldn't have known. I'm glad we brought that up.
We're gonna have to go through these here real quick, guys. Here go one that she give. You get a car. You get a car. You get a car. You get a car. Oprah Winfrey.
Oh man.
Oprah is worth $2.5 billion. Now she gave a boy a bunch of cars while she was at the show. You know,
no, she started a school in Africa too to help the black girls in Africa.
Yeah, you see Oprah do a lot. You see her do a lot. She does a lot, and
she got Gayle King a job.
It's a lot. Yeah, Gayle King is really appreciative. So these people are filthy rich people here now. We got Rihanna. Rihanna's worth $1.4 billion. Rihanna really impressed me. She's like the Kardashians. So, you know, she got off of her stuff that she sells on the side. She has really hit the jackpot with that stuff.
I got one for you. ASAP Rocky. She made him sign a prenuptial agreement. Yeah, she did too.
Yeah, she was smart.
Jamal?
Breaking news. She had a baby girl. Breaking news.
Oh, she did have a girl? Okay, thank you. When you be getting them little yellow slips of paper from?
We be on it.
Julius, you better check your paper supplies because he's going to be like using all your yellow paper.
And see, only I get the breaking news. He never get the breaking news. Y'all know, you realize that, right? He never
I don't get the breaking news. The producer in there with you. Michael Lee Chin.
I know what you fit to say now. He owned Chick King Chinese restaurant. That was you fit to tell me, Julius.
I'm trying to figure out, you know, how he got on the list.
He in Canada.
Bernard, go ahead, Jamal. What you say?
What some people don't realize, and you have to understand that in the Caribbean, what the British did, they brought Chinese there to serve as buffers over that black folks there in the Caribbean, and they did that with the Indians also. So you have a number of people who may be Jamaican, maybe I'm just gonna say Bahamian. And so what it is, it might have been their grandmama, granddaddy, great-granddaddy, great-grandma, who were Asians. So that's what happened. So when you see some of them, that's why some of them, they are of African descent also, but also Asian descent. Because again, you gotta understand the wickedness of these Caucasians when they deal with the system of oppression. See, they deal with us individually. But what they did in their colonies,
He's like Tiger Woods.
What they did in their colonies, they took them over there to serve as buffers. And so that way they have them mad with the Asians and then not be mad with them. But they create policies of discrimination.
Robert must have got a date every Wednesday.
No, he went and take his Ritalin so he can sit still.
He must have got a date every Wednesday because he's out and then next thing he gone. Then next thing I see him on Facebook the next morning, he was down at the club.
Yeah,
you got something famous on Wednesday night. Robert, I know you listening. You at the club. Anyway, let's get the next guy. We got three more. $5.9 billion. He's an all tycoon in the telecom. And he look at candy apple too, I guess.
No, he don't. You know what he look like? Jenny Craig. That's what he look like. Yeah.
$5.9 billion. And you got some rich Nigerian, African guys over there. And the country is supposed to be that, and it's a whole lot that you can do with that type of money. It's a whole lot, especially if you own a company that you can buy stuff real cheap and build with, that you own the construction company. It don't cost you as much to build it. You can build things and create things for your people. But some people, they don't see that. You know?
I wonder how they're letting the Chinese come in Africa, because the Chinese about to take over Africa.
Everybody has just
plundered that place and took all the oil and the gold and everything. And they need to run them from over there. You know,
you're right.
Serious. Okay, here's Strivi Masawi, 1.2
Zimbabwe.
Yeah, he's a Zimbabwean, and he in the telecoms industry.
You know what he's saying?
One guy.
Oh,
the
you
number
went too
one
fast.
guy. Sir?
I said you went too fast on the other. I'm going to tell you what he's saying.
What he saying?
Other one. Sexual healing. I can see it in his face. Sexual healing. That's what he's saying.
Bernard, get you, man. A kilo Dangote. He is worth $12 billion, almost $13 billion. That was last year. He's selling a whole lot of sugar, a whole lot of cement, and a whole lot of flour. I want to get into cement and flour right now. I don't want to get into the sugar. I worked at the sugar plant before.
Man.
We want to get into that cement and that flour.
And Bernard, you know what he's saying right now? Y'all guys know where a good dentist at? Man, look at his lip. Y'all know where a good dentist at.
You need to do something with that eye. You need to do something with that eye, innit? Hey.
He's $12 billion strong, man.
I don't care, but he still need a dentist.
Hey.
Oh, what's up, James?
Long distance. Hey, I guarantee you, they're billionaire now. Let them go to Miami and see what happens.
Yeah. And so we got one subject left, and we got about 10 minutes. Got about 9 minutes. And this young lady here, Carly Russell, she played a hoax on everybody in Alabama, said that she was on the phone with a family member and said that she saw a toddler walking on the side of the road, and then she got out to help the toddler. Next thing you know, she went missing. And so I don't know what the deal is here. Whether they're going to charge her or not. They recently found out, we all thinking and praying for this young lady, and she was somewhere in a motel held up or with somebody. Mm-hmm. She returned home after 48 and initially told police she's been kidnapped. And now she must be just getting away with her boyfriend so she could go spend 2 days with Bernard or something. I don't know what.
Julius, she did call 911. Oh, 911 through 911. She saw a toddler walking down the interstate.
Yeah.
That lady got a problem.
Yeah.
Did y'all see the baby? Somebody made a joke about it the other day. Had a little doll.
Man. Her boyfriend had a screening order on her. She got mental health. I don't know how true it is, but her mom and dad, they was into, a lot of folks was already into that. That's sad, man. That's sad. Yeah. So now she just made it bad for other people. What if something really happened to somebody else?
Yeah.
And they, you know what I'm saying? That's what I don't understand, man. Y'all get them, but some of these black folks, man, there's something else, man.
Okay.
They probably, be honest, they're gonna press charges on her. Shit, look what color she is. She ain't Becky.
No, she's not Becky.
And what they're gonna do is probably make her pay restitution, Charlie, for the police that was looking for the search companies, all
for the
those
manpower.
Yeah. And she'll probably get charged with a misdemeanor because she caused no harm to anybody.
Right.
So there'll be a misdemeanor and they'll probably end up.
But the question is, we trying to discover. I know y'all don't know. Y'all not clinical psychologists, but at the same time, I can't figure out what possessed her to do it. I mean, she didn't do it for publicity or nothing. It's just running me crazy. Unless she was having some mental breakdown or something like that, for real.
No.
Well, that's what Bernard said.
Hey,
that's what I'm saying, for real.
Yeah. On a serious note, in our black community, and this is absolutely fact, we got a big problem in our black community, mental health.
Yeah.
And we need to take it seriously, man. These kids got mental health problems. And we need to focus on them and try to get them some help before they take themselves out. Mental health have grown. Not only that, in the Black community, mental health have grown, and domestic violence have grown in the Black community. Okay, we sit around and we want to talk about other stuff, but we don't really want to talk about what's really the problem and what solution. Everybody want to joke about this and joke about that and history and all that. We need to focus on what's really going on in our community. Mental health with our young kids and domestic violence, period.
I agree with you. I agree with you. It's something we need to address ourselves and can't leave it to other people to address. And we need to stand up and say, Uncle Henry got problem, and we need to address it and not lock him up in the back room and make excuses for him. I know exactly where you're coming from. I'm gonna have to agree with you 100% on that.
Yeah.
And to be honest, you know, all of us have some mental.
I know I do. Yeah.
I know that I do it sometimes too, because, you know, my thing is wanting to make everything all right and make everything good for everybody all the time, and then you get to the point where you about to have a mental breakdown because it's not working the way that you want it to work.
Yeah.
And that's been my weakness, you know, because and it's just caring, you know, sometimes it's caring. You know, I don't see where I'm crazy. It's just that all of us have things that are wrong with us. You might not know it, you might not see it. All of us have vices, all of us have. Mine is chocolate.
Yeah.
And a good Coca-Cola.
Yeah. You're right. I think, you know, and I'm telling you, it's a good thing, it's a bad thing. I think we get to a point where we care too much. And it weigh you out, it burn you out, and you got so much where you trying to fight for people, and it just burn you out. And I'm telling you right now, since I've been in Savannah, I am wore out. I go home and get some rest because it's totally different. You know what I'm saying? And these people in Savannah, man, they just get on my on my nerve. You know what I'm saying? They rather kick, you know, beat you down instead of you saying, hey, you know what? They're absolutely right. We need to get rid of Van Johnson. You're absolutely right. You know what I'm saying? Or we need to get rid of Estelle. Trust me, man, because they don't care about y'all at the end of the day. And man, when you come here and you from here, I guarantee you, man, it'll make you cry on what you're seeing. And so I kind of I have to take a step back and go home and trust me. If it's not, man, somebody gonna get hurt.
And we wear everything on our sleeves, you know, and we, you know, and they don't see what happens when we go off the air. They don't see what happens after we've had that day that you just say, Lord, where art thou? And you know, you be wondering, oh, you know, damn, you done left me out here. And I'm doing all I can and I can't seem to get it right. But you know, you just got to keep pressing. I don't let anybody see that part of me, because people think that you're vulnerable once they see that.
Right.
But Bernard, I know you're very emotional. I am too. It's just the God in me that makes us like that, and the God in you also. It's not just about being hard all the time. It's about understanding that you do have some sensitivity in you, and you have a passion and compassion for doing what's good for other people, and it's not always about yourself. You don't not because you're caring only about you.
But
you most times you're crying because you can't help somebody else.
At the end of the day, all we could do is to try to make things right in our own community with our family that we can, at the best we can do. We all are trying. I think this show is trying to make a difference, give the viewing audience something that we talk about to see if they can address. Mental illness is something the Black people, we need to face and approach. I mean, we got it. It's bad. It is. And we've been hiding it for a long time.
Yeah. I want to say this here. And I'm not trying to, I'm not, this is the Rabble. This is the show. This is the show. Okay. Treat everybody's show. If you got a show, treat this show better than what you treat the other show. You can't be popping in, popping out and all that. That's why I'm pissed about it. That's why I kind of remove myself from there, because you disrespect this show. You pop in, if you come in and you ain't gonna stay, don't come. Don't come. Okay? We trying to do something here. Respect our show just like you respect everybody else's damn show. And I'm just tired of it.
Yeah. You can give them. We'll address those issues in the.
Man, this is a show. Let everybody see it. Be professional. Be professional.
All right, I'm getting ready to go now. I'm not popping out, so don't take the hostility out on me, because the show is about over with, and I'm planning to leave, and I don't have to take no rattling, because right now,
what James
it's gonna
said.
be all night long.
Let me see what it says.
Good night, fellas. Y'all have a good night.
Good night. And we're gonna play this commercial before we leave, and then
I'll throw this out here. I've been mental health counseling for 17 years, so that's why I'm talking to the producer here. That some of the things that I hear people talk about, I have to sometimes no, because 17 years. That's why Keisha Gibson Carter and I. That's what we were involved in, and the stuff that I saw that I know for a fact, and then I know the people who made money. One of your congressmen here makes money off of these people, but see, nobody talks about that. That's why I'm saying. That's why I signed off right here. But
tell that producer in there. They tried to work me last night, Bernard, while I was having a mental breakdown yesterday, and the producer tell me to get to work.
Seriously, man. And you know how I don't, trust me, man. I don't try to be hard. It's just the way I am. But you get to a point, man. They just ain't find no medicine for me. Probably will never want. But come on, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's just like I say, Bernard. It's about caring. It ain't about it's about caring what you can do for somebody else, and that's what we be doing. We be trying to care too much for everybody else, and like I say, we'll get our blessings later on.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And God is giving it to us in our old age now,
right.
Okay,
but sometimes, man, we care so much in interfering with our personal life and cause problems in our personal life.
Yeah. And we're going to have our mental health experts on in a couple of weeks. Dr. It'll probably be August, middle part of August. They told me when they'll be back, because I think we run the reruns for their show for the next 2 weeks because they're on vacation before they have to start back to work. So we're going to have our mental health experts on, and we'll have them on for a whole hour so we can talk about those things. And we got a special coming out this month. Matter of fact, read the ATR magazine. Go to atrmediagroup.com. After the first of the month, you'll see our special edition on mental health. And these two doctors, they will be on the Rabble. They got their own show on this platform called Two Therapists and a Microphone. They're out of Atlanta. Both of them are certified doctors who in that field and mental health field. And we're going to have them on talking about this in about 2 or 3 weeks on the Rabble. Okay. All right. And we appreciate our guest, Temakha. Y'all make sure that y'all support her. We are. and we're going to make sure that everybody has a hand in helping this young lady rise to where she has the potential to go. Bernard, I appreciate you, and we'll see you in about 20 minutes. I need about 20 minutes.
All right.
To record your show. Okay.
All right, yeah.
All right.
All right. Be good.
And
all right. See you there.
All right.
Good night.
Like that. Like that. Like that. Like that. Like that. Like that. I 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 like that.